Hello. So I am so sorry I'm late with this, you guys, but this past week, oh my goodness, has it been a doozy. And I know you're feeling it too. This weekend was rest only for me. So this video is for March 17th through March 24th. And even though it's March 19th, as I'm filming it, it still covers that time period. So that's the period between the new moon and the first quarter. So we had the new moon in Pisces. And new moon is a time of fertility when we plant our seeds. We're getting pregnant with our ideas. It's not giving birth, but it's going within, clearing out, and deciding what is it that you truly want. In Pisces, this isn't a clear-cut thing. And it's like you have to dive into your energies to feel what's truly there and what's asking you to kind of plant. And I went to a women's circle for the new moon last night, and everybody planted words of intention that were very energetic. I wanted to bring balance and openness and release and harmony, and those were the kind of themes that people talked about. And I don't want to talk too much about that because it's private, but it was all energetic intention, and it was really beautiful. And so we're going from this phase to the first quarter. The first quarter is halfway between the new moon and the full moon. And so we're going from that intention phase to starting to water and, watch over our plants or the seeds as they start to, grow a little bit. And we're not full fruit yet, but it's growing, and so we're at that stage of breaking through the ground. And so it's tension filled in the sense that you're going to feel pressure to take care of the foundations of what's important to you, what you're trying to build. So if you're trying to build balance, what does balance look like? What kind of home does balance need to grow in? What kind of foundations do you need to have to grow the balance you're searching for? And so watch out for little ego battles, because at this time the sun's going to be in Aries, so we're going to be really fired up on acting on the things we desire. And so we have to slow down and give what we want to do roots and a foundation to grow on, because if not, it's just going to die out. It's not going to work. But we'll talk more about that too when we talk about Aries season and what that means for us. But the moon was in from Pisces starting on the 17th, and it's going to end in Cancer for this little phase. So Pisces is the end of the zodiac cycle. It's turning inward, diving into the soul and kind of figuring out what you want, before Aries, the season of rebirth, the beginning of the zodiac cycle. So new beginning. So whatever it is you wanted in that past Pisces energy, which we're still in the Aries moon now. We're kind of, when I'm filming this, it's going to be in Taurus later today. But that Aries energy, it's about acting on that and putting some of that desires into physical manifestation. Aries is a fire sign, so we're sparking that flame. And then we're going into Taurus later today. And Taurus energy grounds and it asks you, what are you really committed to? Can you take that flame and can you make it something more permanent? Can you give it permanence? Can you give it stability? It doesn't have to even be permanent, but can you give it roots, even if they're temporary? Can you bring it a foundation? Can you ground it? And then what kind of resources and value do you have to contribute to what you're doing? How can you just give what you're building a really good boost? From there, it's going to move into Gemini, which is a lot more getting out and socializing. So we have that boost, and now it's time to talk to people and get ideas and socialize and share ideas and just have fun and laugh and keep our energy up, keep things moving, keep things fluid, and learn a little bit before Cancer moon, when we will go within and find that sense of home, comfort the self, maybe reflect on the past, where we come from, as we're starting this new journey and, we're really getting into it. There's some reflection. You kind of have to say goodbye to the past. It's like, wow, I'm here and this is where I was. And so I'm glad I'm here, but it's good to say goodbye to where you've been. So you can kind of take that energy with the Cancer moon, or just literally just taking care of you. What do you need? What do you need? Taking care of your home, thinking about where you go home to, thinking about what kind of comforts you need. Just tune into that kind of energy. On the 17th, shortly after the new moon exacted, Mars went into Capricorn. So Mars is our masculine energy. It's our energy for doing things. It's our force. It's our push out there. It's the way we express ourselves, our anger, our independence, our energy for being brave and new beginnings. And Capricorn is very disciplined. It's raising the energy up. It's that Saturn 10th house, highest expression energy. Like, there's a lot of pressure to do things right, but with Mars and Capricorn, there's kind of like a new ambition to masculine energy, to your energy for doing things. You're a lot more driven to get things done that are really going to pave the way for where you're going. So yes, we're thinking about where we've been, but we're also really working hard on paving where we're going, and we're going somewhere new. And so we're kind of having to be brave as we dive into this Capricorn energy. And we do have Saturn and Pluto already in Capricorn hanging out. Saturn, the ruler of Capricorn, just making us so much more in tune with the career energy, the energy we want to build, the energy we have to raise up to. And it's making it easier for us, in a sense, to rise up to that. And Pluto, which is tearing down our ideas of what structure is, tearing down our ideas of what a good reputation is, tearing down our ideas of what a good career path is, of what future goals are. And we're having to rebirth something new that fits us more. And with Mars in Capricorn going through this energy, we have a time to start acting on some of our desires. So like for me, a good reputation. Before it was someone who works hard, makes a lot of money, a lawyer, a doctor, but now it's more of someone who has open heart, who can help people and who can ground, who does work and enjoys life. That to me is what a good reputation is. When I look at those people and I'm like, wow, I want to be like you. And so like you can question, have your role models changed? Have the people you look up to change? And how have they changed, and how can that like affect you in a better way? On the 20th, the sun is going to go into Aries, and this is the zodiac new year. This is the spring equinox. This is the birth of spring. And so there's so much more freedom to do things. There's so much, it's such a, I don't know how to put it into words. I feel like you can feel it. The spring is here. Spring is coming. We're giving birth to all these ideas. This winter was a tough one. And it was a tough one emotionally to kind of deal with and process these things. But even like this past week, which was tough, which is the last full week of Pisces season, the last full week of the zodiac year, it was really tough. It was really hard. And through it all, though, people just found ways to smile. They found ways to be happy. They found ways to find joy. And so carrying that energy into Aries season is going to be fantastic. It's going to be fantastic to be like, I worked hard and I am joyful for all that I have and all that I'm doing. And so kind of bring that energy if you can. It's a great time to really just start new things, act on things. This is a time where a lot of people around here are going to be doing new things. You're going to have people say, hey, I wanted to do this, and then they're going to do it. And so get on that train yourself. Do what you need to do, and you might not always know what direction to go in, but if you tune into who you are and tune into your inner guidance, you'll get where you need to go. We have Mercury in Aries, which we'll talk about again because it's going to go in retrograde this week. We have Uranus in Aries. We have Venus in Aries. So we have a lot of Aries energy. And right now we have Moon in Aries. We have a lot of Aries energy moving us forward, balancing us out. And so with the sun in Aries, it's just bringing that all home and highlighting that and like making that our center focus. And so there's a lot of changes, a lot of growth. It's going to be really, really good. But March 22nd, Mercury does go retrograde. This is not a bad thing, though. This is not a bad thing at all. It just means that we're going to have a lot of ideas, and it's important to slow them down. It's important to slow down what you have to say, because you're going to have a lot to say. You're going to want to say it fast, and you're going to look back and say, why did I say some of those things? And it's the same way for the things you do. So take time and really refine your ideas. Give your ideas the attention they need. You have the time and ability to go slow. Things are going to slow down. It's going to take longer for things to process. It's going to take 2 weeks to get your next interview instead of 1 like it normally does. It's going to take 2 months to buy a house instead of 1 like it normally does. Whatever you're trying to do is going to take more time, and that's okay. Let it. Like, feel into that and let it take the time it needs to take, because it's going to carry you where you need to be by the time you're there. But just be patient with your mind. Be patient. There's going to be mental tension. I get mental anxiety, like, so much, and mental tension, headaches during Mercury retrograde. And Aries rules the head, so it might be even more because we want to do so much. But really channel that as best you can, because you're not going to be able to get every idea out of your system into the world, not during Mercury retrograde. So kind of figure out which ideas are the most important and channel them, work on them, and then you'll be good. It'll help you kind of carry your way through. That's what we're into, and we got this. We truly do. I believe in all of us. I know we have it. On the 24th, to finish this week up, because we have a lot of planet changes, so I'm not going to do aspects in this video. It's already 10 minutes long. It's a long time. But we have the first quarter moon in Cancer. And so all that energy, take care of you. Take care of your needs. Take care of what you need to feel good, to feel home, to feel rooted, to feel comfortable, to feel like you can do this. And we're doing a lot to step out of our comfort zones. And so finding a way to have a comfort zone within how you step out is really important. Even just keeping a blanket you love in your car as you go somewhere really, really far that you're not used to going. Like, maybe you feel really called to just go on a long drive, go on a road trip by yourself, to just get out there. Bring a blanket you really, really love, and that will kind of give you that comfort and security. That's just one example, though. You can do so many things. You can bring a friend you love. You can bring whatever it is you want to do. There's just many ways. You don't have to do things alone either. You don't have to do things alone. Yes, it's a time of independence in your path, but sometimes our paths and other people's independence and paths flow together. Even if it's just for a moment, they flow together. So you can kind of embrace in that. So to sum it up, basically, this week is about moving the gears forward a little bit again. We stopped them, we went internal, and now it's time to move them again. It's going to be a time period, which Mars rules all of the Aries energy we're dealing with. So it's going to be a time period where we're really focused in on what we're building, what we're doing, our empires, our reputations, our legacies, our creations. What are we building? We're tuning into that, and we're giving birth, and we're starting these new cycles to so many good new things. And all these things kind of pave the way into your future. It's not going back in the past. It's not going home. It might be relationships, but it's really career energy is how I feel it. We do have Mercury going retrograde. So just relax your mind, breathe, be patient. There's a lot of energy to do. So slow down and do when you're ready. Mars is going to go retrograde later on this year too. So we're gonna deal with the slowing down of the masculine energy of doing things and working with it anyway. So go ahead and even now, you can slow down and breathe into it. You got this. You really, really do. Until next time, bye-bye.